director's in that office, I think, so.
Perfect.
She'll be the one taking pictures.
Marvelous. It's easy to identify. Marvelous. In terms of guests, would a way, and I don't know what the budget would be like, but would a way to make them feel welcome be something as simple as a name tag, like visitor?
Yes.
I'm a conference visitor.
Right, we can do name tags. We can provide, a bit of the swag bag. We could, depending on how many. But we could figure out something to provide. Actually, I provide gifts for all the judges, and so we can probably come up with a gift.
Okay.
For these individuals too.
Because something we can do, something that we've done in the past, honor students have always helped at the registration
Right.
table.
Exactly.
So they can say, are you a presenter, are you a guest?
Right.
And then give things accordingly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, because we've got, we might want to, our registration page right now just deals with people who are registering for the conference and submitting for the conference. It would probably also be good to have, a guest registration area, and that's something that I can work on with the, Monica Haynes is
The web team.
Mhm.
Yep. She knows me well. I ask her lots of silly questions.
Yeah, that would be good.
One other logistical thing, the possibility to archive their work, the presenters.
Right.
How long has that been? Because I presented at the student conference like a decade ago.
It just started this last year.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it just started this last year. We didn't have a huge number. I think one of the things, we always can use more help at the conference. That's one of the things when I looking at the conference, we're always falling short on assistance. As I said, we need help in lots of different ways. I mean, getting people, we had, I'm forgetting what her, one of the librarians was there to assist with archiving or asking about archiving or asking people to archive. Kate Moore. And I'm sure she'll be there again this next year. But we didn't get a huge number of people to archive. And
So
I
maybe
think-
that's something we could help with.
Mhm.
Say, did you know if you can archive this and check with.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that would be helpful, because a lot of times I think people have, part of it is also that, people are focused on their presentation. And so when we're at the registration desk and they hear about archiving, that's not even something they're paying attention to. So it might be good for, a conversation that comes up, sometime during the day after they're more relaxed or something. Or maybe even at the alumni meet and greet, we can also include the, Kate can be there with, answering questions about archiving, and we can also have the journals there. We have an IUS journal. We have actually we have 3 IUS journals.
Mhm.
One graduate, one for research and one for creative work. And then we had the IU undergraduate research journal here also. So that would be a nice thing also to have it at the meet and greet, so they could answer questions or just maybe get people thinking about that.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And if we wanted to identify those volunteers or special speakers, a lanyard, or we have
Yeah.
our super shiny honors. Leah, will you hold up one of Abby? Yeah, we have our super shiny
yeah.
honors program buttons.
Yeah, we can come up with something that,
Okay.
will indicate.
Okay.
We
Look
can-
for the shiny person. and-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can. But the more help we have, the better. I mean, a lot of times in the morning, it's just, it's a matter of directing people where they need to go, reminding people to stay for lunch. I find that, if what I've did last year was designate people to, the people who were timing the presentations, had to make sure that their group all knew that lunch was 11:45. As I said, this is usually the first conference. People don't know how to read a program, so they don't know lunch exists. And so they would just coming, presenting, and leaving. And so, we've gone from, maybe seating 100 for lunch now. We had 200 last year. So, people are staying, and I think that's a good thing. So it would be great for continued assistance. Yeah. More? Yeah.
Why does the undergraduate start so early? 8:30?
Primarily to get it all in the morning. As I said, I'm at some time we may have to expand to a full day, but I know if we expand to a full day, we're less inclined to have people stay. They're gonna come, they're doing the presentation, and then they are going to be leaving. I mean, maybe they'll stay for lunch if they are presenting around lunch, but it's just, people are just busy. If I can get them, if we can get them in the door early, and then they may go to the poster session, they know some friends there, they've got friends who are doing other presentations, they're staying around, they're reminded about lunch, and there's awards, they may get one, so they come to the award luncheon, it works. But I know, I don't like it either, I have to be there an hour before registration starts.
Well, we have one student doing who's doing sleep deprivation? Is it you? Looking at sleep?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, she's going to be doing her research project on sleep deprivation, so maybe she'll have some tips and tools for us to,
Yeah,
to have enough sleep prior to the conference.
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, because I think, let's see, what starts actually at 8:30 in the morning. Let's see. Well, registration is open at 8, but yeah, people are starting to present at 8 o'clock in the morning. But as we have 7 concurrently running presentation sessions going on, so we have a lot of, just about, 35, papers going on all at the same time. Yeah.
Last semester, last time we had the conference.
Yeah, spring. Yeah.
Do we have I was thinking maybe we can show what last year was like on the big board.
Okay.
People were in, and then show some picture and like a year in review, like looking back. And while everybody's sitting there and you talk and then we eat something like that, I think that would be nice to just look back to what, not like the video itself, but pictures.
Right, of people, okay, well, that might be possible. I mean, usually luncheon is, as I said, we've got 2 speakers and then the awards. So it's pretty packed.
That could be something we could add to the social media page.
Right.
If we create a Facebook page for the conference.
Yeah, definitely, because we do have pictures, we have videos of the speakers. One of the to-do things is getting pictures up on the webpage. We do have a webpage that usually is something that, doesn't always happen. But it would be good to have them, because I've got a whole box, electronic box full of pictures. Yeah, we got plenty of pictures, we got plenty of videos, we have, all that type of stuff.
Because that would make people feel more comfortable if they have an idea of what they're getting
Right.
into, going to.
Right, exactly. Yeah, the registration page does the webpage we have does tell them a bit about what the presentation should be like or what the posters should be like, but it's, it is helpful just to see what other people have done.
And something we could do, because there are lots of honor students who've presented at this conference before, if we set up the Facebook page for the student conference, we could do like mini interviews with people who've presented before, and say, hey, what was your experience like, and post that video on that page.
That'd be great.
That would be so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I have enough
Yeah.
contacts that I can send you all out with cameras to to film people.
That'd be great. Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
We can easily create a Facebook page. I can I can
Yeah.
set it up initially because we've got an honors Facebook account, and I can make the 6 of you, actually be the 8 of you because Dr. Saul's 2 students will be joining in, admins, and you can add things to the page. That way you can upload videos, and that it'll be. I haven't set up a page like that before, but it'll be one of those that you can like and
Yeah.
share it with other people so that they can follow what's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds great.
yeah.
It sounds perfect. Yeah.
Excited.
Yes, excellent.
What other questions, ideas while we
I
have
was thinking
Dr.
of the
Wille with us?
newspapers, when you said local newspapers, did you mean, I'm assuming you meant on-campus newspaper and,
Well, the Horizon, we buy an ad that gives registration information. We never have had the Horizon show up. But part of the problem is that, again, we're at the end of the semester and there isn't a newspaper after the event.
I'm saying
'cause it's fun.
before, to kind of get people
Right.
to.
But we do have an ad in there, one that has the registration information, and then one that you are invited to. But we might want to have more than just that in there. I don't think that actually gets too much attention. So I think, if we could figure out something else to get in there. Or maybe even one of the reporters to get some information about previous ones to talk about the upcoming one would be a great thing to do. Yeah.
And if it's on the front page, you have
Yeah.
all those stacks, remember, they keep seeing this.
Yeah.
And you can use the same head, I'm assuming, I don't know if it's the same every year.
Oh, we'll get a different
You
one.
If they
Yeah.
see this thing all over the place, that'll
Yeah.
make them
Yeah,
Mhm.
keep thinking about
exactly.
it.
Yeah, and actually, my next step is to talk to the design center and get them to, I'm working on slowly getting them to do a more psychedelic type of poster. We're getting there, something that's very eye-catching, versus the previous ones were basically line drawings, and those just fade into the background.
Mm.
You need color, you need something vivid for people to stop and go, what is that? And so,
It looks interesting.
yeah, exactly.
And potentially, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, other questions you might have? You guys got some great ideas, this is great.
Something that popped into my head,
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's feasible, but bumper stickers? I don't know if that was just like, oh, that's a good way to, I mean, you were talking about getting it around to the community to random people,
Yeah,
but I don't know what all that went into. Just
Yeah.
thought of it.
that might be a possibility. I mean, we can, figure out something that we can get out to the community to, IUS might have a booth at the Harvest Homecoming.
Mhm.
Typically they do. I mean, it's something, easy to develop something that's a good way to advertise the conference, particularly this next year conference, which is 21st and 22nd. Might be something as simple as a little brochure, or,
Mhm.
could be
Or a little flyer.
Yeah.
Because we're well accustomed in the honors program to doing a lot with a little.
Yeah.
So we've become really adept at making like quarter sheet flyers.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't cost as much to print those.
Exactly.
So maybe we could come up with something like that that could be handed out or posted at local places that students frequent.
Yeah.
Because like I go coffee crossing on Charlestown Road
Mhm.
all the time. And there are students there all the time.
And we
think of-
can, there's nothing that should stop us from putting big posters up there.
Yeah.
The whatever size that we usually get. So we can, easily do, as long as we have permission from the,
Mhm.
owners to do it, we can post things.
For the community outreach thing, are there specific people that you contact about it, or is it just like you would go to, for example, a coffee shop and be like, hey, can we put this up?
Yeah, I think that would be something, just to places where you think there might be some people who might be interested in coming, or a lot of times, as I said, one of the goals is for people to just get an idea of what's happening here at IUS. And so, the poster contains, the webpage, it could contain the Facebook page, so that when, people are searching, usually at the coffee shop, they've got the computer, I'm gonna look and see what that's all about. They get to know IUS. They may not actually come to the conference, but it's just like, they know that people are doing research, creative work here, that there's a lot of things that are interesting and good that are going on campus. And that's very important for people to know. We're a big resource for this community, and I think the community doesn't realize that we're here.
Did you have a billboard last year on the electronic one?
Mm-mm.
No?
No, at one time we had a large, what is it, sign that hung off of one of the buildings, but I don't think we've done that for a couple of years. I don't think it was very effective. We have a limited advertisement budget, unless we can get, the communications office to fund it. That's why sometimes you have to, it's another good thing is to talk to different offices that can help with the funding bit of it. And that is the other important thing. The poster is vetted through the communications office because if it goes off campus, we want to have a unified picture of what IU Southeast looks like. So we're always careful to make sure that they, everything is run through them. The last thing you want to do is irritate people. It's better to work with them.
Have we used the lodges?
No, we have not. We've not tapped into that resource. The most we ever do is take their poster boards.
Well, maybe the lodges would be good.
Yeah, I think the lodges would be good. Yeah.
Well, what about, because I know my teacher from last semester used extra credit incentives to make her students go to a seminar or people come and talk to us. She gave out extra credit. So is that something you can work with the professors with?
Actually, it is. That's a good suggestion. I mean, typically, part of my advertising is sending announcements out to faculty members so that they like at the beginning of the semester, all the faculty members got a notice, we've got 2 conferences, think about what your students are doing. I'm going to be sending out another one at the end of the semester actually one for the IU Undergraduate Research Conference, people who want to present. But also, think about for the spring conference. That's another thing I can add in there is, even if your students don't present, you may want to think about offering extra credit for them to attend. Yeah.
Because that way, they'll see a poster and then their teacher will say something, so that's like double reinforcement.
Yeah, exactly.
Your students like extra credit, so.
Oh, yeah.
Extra credit, particularly toward the end of the semester, it's just like, yes.
Maybe 2, 3 extra credit.
Yeah, because it is the Thursday and Friday, just before finals week. That's when we have it scheduled, yeah.
Or maybe 1 point extra credit on your finals or.
Yeah, exactly. It's enough to maybe, send people over into something that.
And I don't know if we'd want to have, because I do the same sort of thing with my writing classes. I've offered them extra credit for going to the writing center workshops, but they have to write me a couple paragraphs about what they did, what they observed. If professors didn't want to have students write something, we could give the students some sort of, ticket and say, I attended the conference, something like that they can give to the instructor.
Yeah, that's proof.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Or even a name tag if we're having a name
Oh
tag.
yeah, the
And there
visitor
would be
name
2
tag.
different
There we
things.
go. Yeah, that's
they can
that's
register,
good.
They can have a visitor's name tag, and then, yeah.
Yeah,
And
tell
we
them to
always have
hang on
extra
to
name
it.
tags there, blank ones for people who just show up. So that would be, that'd be good too. Because I would assume that, a student may not be organized enough to register for the conference, but, when they think about needing extra credit, just showing up for it, we can do that, yeah.
We're also focused on trying to showcase the school to people outside. So I don't know if you want to have like student ambassador to while people around campus, show them the lodges, show them the different offices.
Okay, well, that would be something to coordinate with the admissions office. Yeah, I mean, if they would, and they may want to, part of it is, if they wanted to coordinate and giving them enough lead time to start thinking about coordinating, so that if they had a group of individuals, whether it was from Ivy Tech, JCTC, wherever, or high schools coming in, and they could go to the conference, they could go to lunch, they could get a tour of the lodges, but admissions office could handle those types of tours. That's one of the normal things that they do.
Now, as far
Yeah.
as advertising, I don't know, do you do, say, email blasts to students?
No, we don't typically do that. We primarily focus on faculty members to harass and coerce students into presenting.
Encourage.
Encourage, yeah. But yeah, exactly, encourage, that's it. And faculty members are actually pretty good about students in their classes, getting them to do this. But I'm sure there's students that fall through the cracks, that aren't thinking about it. And a lot of times it's a matter of getting them to think about it, if not doing it now, doing it next year. Sometimes it takes a while for people to really get into the idea. The faculty member says something along the lines of, you could actually, present your paper here. And because they've been hearing this all along, they do. They just sort of do it. I tend to, with my classes, it's in the syllabus that they are presenting. There's no "you could" in there. It's in the syllabus. Strongly encourage. Yeah. So.
My syllabi have, for honors anyway, has similar language.
Yeah.
Strongly encouraged. These are the dates. This is when you sign up.
Yeah, exactly. These are the dates. You will be on the bus.
We have your seat number.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's sort of the way it goes. But it's good. I mean, actually, it is, the nice thing is at lunch, everybody's relieved, when they're interested in finding out who wins the awards. And everybody is feeling very proud of themselves, which they should, because they've done a great job. People produce excellent work here. We have students who are producing master's level work. And most of the students don't seem to realize that.
Which is another reason why you wanted to show it off.
Exactly. Other questions?
Well, with what she said, if you send emails to students, I get emails from the IU president, or the
Right.
IU chancellor, so maybe you can send out something.
We could send something out to all the
your
students.
picture and-
Okay. How about if we do send out an email, emails I send tend to be really very mundane, okay? So, how about if you guys create an email to send out, rather than me? Mine are dry, just the facts type of thing. Okay.
Honestly, if you put the flyer, just a digital version of the
A
flyer.
flyer
'Cause I
out?
know- Yeah, because I know when I get emails, that I refer back to them for the information. of what I
Okay.
was
You like
looking for.
star them or like them or whatever.
Okay, so
I
just a
kinda
digital
prefer
version?
that
Yeah,
to a paper copy.
Okay,
Because I can lose
I
and
can-
back.
yeah,
Okay, that's a good
I
idea.
can lose the paper quickly.
Right,
You
and
know,
the
really.
email's always there.
Or I can just forget, but when I flag it on my Outlook, it's right there. Yeah.
okay, so just a digital version, okay.
So that way if a friend asks you about it, you can be
You
like,
just shoot it
it's
over,
on my
yeah.
email.
Okay, okay.
And I
We
think
can
that's
do
going
that.
back to the digital kind of, social media is great.
Right.
And
Okay,
I think email, I don't know, I always think email is a form of social media.
yeah, we can definitely do that, okay. Good. That's a good suggestion. Yeah, we can definitely do that, that's not a difficult thing to do.
But I think we should do like, maybe, I don't know if I think we should do like 2 to 3 days before the conference, because like, with the Poli-Sci Club,
Right,
we have meet and greet coming up, so I sent out a massive email to everybody. But I also included, there was an option that the email would pop up.
Ah.
They would receive another email, like
Right.
maybe one day before the event. So maybe if we
just as
send
a
out.
reminder.
Yeah,
Okay.
if we're
Yeah.
gonna send out the email, we should send it out
Okay,
1 or 2 days, and
Well-
then with the
Okay.
option of let it pop up again or send it back to them.
Well, you want to like originally send it earlier so they could register
To
for
plan
it.
for
Right,
Yeah.
plan for it.
And then have it
Right.
pop up again a couple days
Right.
before.
I did that with Umail, which is great,
Yeah.
because it's gonna pop up to the people I already sent it to.
Well, I was thinking that, probably, like for this semester, we should send out something at the end of this semester, just to,
Yeah.
if students have a good project, to, think about presenting it at the conference in the spring. And then, when registration opens, which should be like February 15th, I think it is, send everybody out, an email again with the information. So that way we've got the information in the hands of people, fall semester and the spring semester, and then again, just a general invitation later on. You're invited, using the same poster design. Mhm. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's the other thing, we try not to overwhelm people with too many emails.
Yeah.
Because they start, turning us off.
Oh no, not that again.
Yeah.
I think 3 would be okay.
Yeah,
It'd just be enough to remind you that it was actually happening.
right.
Without being like.
Exactly, 3 over the school year, that way, yeah. The last thing you want is for people just to, immediately delete.
Or block you from.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you've added more things to my list, okay. Which is always okay. Anything else you can think of? Good? All right, we're good. All right, excellent. Thank you very much. I appreciate this.
And what we will do, we've got a little bit of time here today. We'll split the 8 honors students who are working on this into 2 groups. And I've got the groups for you. I'll set them up on Canvas. And we have, if you look in your syllabus, there's class time set aside to work on these things. Some of it you'll need to do outside of class. Obviously we're not going to take class time to go as a group to Coffee Crossing and ask them if we could put up a poster. But a lot of the things you'll have time to work on in class, and it's my hope that after every class meeting we'll have a report for Dr. Wille of what we've accomplished, what we've thought about. So maybe our first goal is the Facebook page. And then we send the link to her and get things set up, get feedback, what we need to address, what we need to add, those type things. Yes, sir.
On the class, like on campus, there's a way to chat, so if we're in a group, if we don't have each other's phone number or email, there's a way to chat. There's a separate tab for that. It's that chat, so just click on chat.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Is it under, where do you get to that?
You just go to
Is
the
it-
course, click on page 103, and just like the way you see home, so this discussion.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
okay.
a chat.
There's a
Yeah,
chat right
there's a
there.
chat button.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even if you wanted to work on something when we're not in class, you could say, hey, everybody get on chat at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah.
And I can get for you, I will write to Mr. Cruz and to Kate and to the new communications person to see, if they're the contact person or if they want to delegate or something like that. And then instead of sending, 4 individual emails, because there'll be 4 people in a group, you'll send a group email. You'll decide what you need to contact that person about, what you need to work with them about. And I will also get you a list of both honors alumni to start with for an alumni panel and conference veterans, we call them, so that you can get started contacting them and interviewing them. And it doesn't have to be very long. Something 2 to 3 minutes, what was the highlight of your conference experience, something like that. So students can see, this is somebody who's like me. This is a student and nobody threw rotten vegetables at them and they survived this and it was a good experience. Because a lot of our students, the opportunity you get as an honor student, And our hope in working with Dr. Willie is that you'll see the behind the scenes of this conference, and it'll take away the scary factor. I'm sure there's a better way to put it, but you'll see what a conference is about, and that'll encourage you to participate, and in turn you can help encourage your classmates to participate.